Hold on to your hats, folks. Tonight, the Atlanta Hawks face a crucial matchup against the Sacramento Kings, with playoff seeding on the line. We've got breaking news on injuries, Jalen Johnson's historic pace, and whether the Hawks can avoid a shocking upset. Plus, we're diving deep into the Hawks' tough loss against the Boston Celtics, where Payton Pritchard exploded for a career night. And you won't believe what history Payton Pritchard just made with the Celtics. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Hawks versus Kings. Can Atlanta avoid a shocking upset tonight? In a nail-biting race for playoff positioning, the Atlanta Hawks find themselves at a critical juncture with just 8 games remaining in their regular season. A recent loss to the Boston Celtics has seen them slip from 5th to 6th in the Eastern Conference standings, now precariously balanced just a half game ahead of the Toronto Raptors and a mere 2 games clear of the Miami Heat for the final play-in spot. The path forward demands victory in every remaining contest, starting with tonight's home game against the Sacramento Kings. While the Kings have struggled for consistency and appear destined for a low draft pick, they've recently pulled off unexpected wins, signaling that tonight's matchup is far from a guaranteed victory for the Hawks. Key players like DeMar DeRozan and rookie Maxime Reynaud pose a threat, especially with the Hawks facing significant injury concerns at the center position. Jonathan Kuminga and Onyeka Okongwu are already sidelined, and Dyson Daniels and Jock Landale are questionable, potentially leaving Atlanta vulnerable. Despite these challenges, the Hawks have a historical edge, having won 6 of their last 9 encounters with Sacramento, including a dominant 133-100 victory earlier this season where they set a franchise record for assists. Jalen Johnson was a standout in that game, narrowly missing a triple-double. However, the Kings are coming off a tough week, showing resilience in a near upset against Orlando and a surprising thrashing of Charlotte. Their ability to compete, fueled by Reynaud and DeRozan, cannot be underestimated, particularly if the Hawks' injury list grows. Jalen Johnson himself has been on a remarkable trajectory, approaching 1,000 career assists and on pace to become one of the fastest players in franchise history to achieve significant statistical milestones. His leadership will be paramount tonight. If the Hawks are indeed without their key big men and top defender, the Kings could exploit this weakness. Yet, the expectation is that Johnson will rise to the occasion and lead his team to a crucial win. Final score prediction: Hawks 123, Kings 114. Don't go anywhere, because the impact of these injuries could be massive. And next, we break down how the Hawks' offense struggled against a top contender, even without a key player for the Celtics. Hawks fall to Celtics despite early lead, Pritchard explodes. In a hard-fought contest at TD Garden, the Atlanta Hawks couldn't sustain their early momentum against the Boston Celtics, ultimately falling 109-102. Despite a furious first-quarter assault that saw them jump out to a commanding 25-9 lead, the Hawks saw their advantage evaporate as the Celtics, led by a sensational performance from Payton Pritchard and Jason Tatum, clawed their way back. Pritchard poured in a game-high 36 points, complemented by 7 rebounds and 4 assists, while Tatum added 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. Even with Celtic star Jaylen Brown sidelined with Achilles tendonitis, Boston managed to secure the victory, improving their season record to 49-24 and solidifying their second place standing in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics' victory came despite being out-rebounded 52-35 and losing the shot margin battle 87-81. Atlanta also held the edge in blocks with 6 to Boston's 0. However, Boston's defensive effort proved crucial, holding the Hawks to a mere 36% shooting from beyond the arc and 39% overall from the field. The game's momentum dramatically shifted in the third quarter when the Celtics, after a Hawks timeout, unleashed a decisive 9-0 run that wrested the lead away. This surge, fueled by clutch three-pointers from Sam Hauser and Pritchard, highlighted a concerning trend for the Hawks: a struggle to maintain leads and a reliance on individual scoring when faced with defensive pressure. Post-game, Hawks' Jalen Johnson acknowledged the team's shortcomings, particularly in the third quarter, stating, "I feel like I could have taken better shots to put us in a better position." Coach Quinn Snyder pointed to stretches of poor shooting and defensive lapses as key factors, noting, "It's going to be hard to win the game when you shoot 39% from the field." The Hawks' offensive struggles were exacerbated by a lack of consistent spacing and difficulty breaking down the Celtics' defense, leading to questionable shot selections, especially from Jonathan Kuminga and CJ McCollum in critical moments. The bench unit also failed to provide a spark, contributing to a significant deficit in bench scoring. This loss, while narrow, exposed some of the Hawks' limitations against elite competition. Their over-reliance on CJ McCollum for offensive creation, particularly in the fourth quarter, and the defensive strategy of playing off Dyson Daniels were identified as areas needing improvement. While the team demonstrated resilience and competed well for large stretches, the ability to close out games against top-tier opponents remains a work in progress as they gear up for the postseason. But Pritchard's scoring outburst wasn't just a great game, it was a historic one. And speaking of history, we're about to uncover another incredible milestone achieved by this dynamic player. Celtics edge Hawks' intense battle, Pritchard's career night and Atlanta's growing pains. In a tightly contested game that went down to the wire, the Atlanta Hawks ultimately succumbed to the Boston Celtics with a 109-102 defeat at TD Garden. Despite a strong start and a valiant effort, key offensive struggles and a pivotal third quarter run by Boston proved too much for Atlanta to overcome. Jalen Johnson led the Hawks with 29 points, supported by CJ McCollum's 21, but it was the Celtics' Payton Pritchard who stole the show, erupting for 36 points in a masterful display of offensive firepower, with Jason Tatum adding 26. The Hawks came out firing, establishing an early 25-9 lead behind Johnson's aggressive play. However, their second unit struggled to maintain the intensity, allowing the Celtics to chip away at the deficit. While Atlanta managed to hold a lead heading into halftime, the third quarter marked a significant turning point. Following a Hawks timeout, Boston ignited a crucial 9-0 run, spearheaded by Sam Hauser's three-pointer and a barrage of shots from Pritchard. This surge not only erased Atlanta's lead, but shifted the game's momentum decisively, a trend that continued into the fourth quarter as the Celtics extended their advantage. Post-game analysis revealed critical areas where the Hawks faltered. Jalen Johnson expressed frustration with shot selection, admitting, "I feel like I could have taken better shots." Coach Quinn Snyder echoed these sentiments, highlighting the team's 39% field goal percentage as a major impediment to victory. The Hawks appeared to struggle with offensive spacing and decision-making when driving to the basket, leading to contested shots and missed opportunities. Furthermore, the team's heavy reliance on CJ McCollum for late-game scoring, coupled with defensive strategies that allowed opponents to play off Dyson Daniels, raised concerns about offensive consistency against high-caliber teams. Despite the loss, the Hawks gained valuable experience against a top Eastern Conference contender, even without Jaylen Brown in the Celtics lineup. The game underscored the need for improved defensive execution, particularly in the fourth quarter, and greater contribution from the bench. While the defense showed promise, the offensive efficiency and reliability against playoff-level teams remain key areas for development. As the Hawks prepare for the postseason, this close defeat offers crucial lessons on what they need to refine to compete with the league's best. But Pritchard's scoring wasn't just a great game, it was a historic one. And next, we're going to look at how this guard is etching his name into the record books of his NBA franchise. Pritchard makes Celtics history with another 35-point bench performance. Payton Pritchard, the former Oregon Ducks standout, is carving out a significant legacy with the Boston Celtics, recently achieving a remarkable historical feat. On Friday night against the Atlanta Hawks, Pritchard scored 36 points, marking his second career game with 35 or more points coming off the bench. This accomplishment places him in elite company, as he becomes the first Celtics player since the 1970-71 season to record multiple 35-point games as a reserve. Pritchard's journey from Eugene, where he set Oregon program records for assists and finished second in steals, to becoming a key contributor for the Celtics has been impressive. His transition to the NBA has been marked by consistent growth and clutch performances, earning him the 6th Man of the Year award last season. Despite shifting back to a bench role this season following Jason Tatum's return from injury, Pritchard has continued to flourish, averaging a career-high 16.9 points and 5.2 assists per game. His ability to deliver impactful offensive performances, often in crucial moments, has made him a vital asset for the Celtics. His recent scoring outburst against Atlanta, where he shot an efficient 13 of 23 from the field and 6 of 11 from three-point range, exemplifies his scoring versatility and clutch gene. Even though he doesn't start, his significant playing time and consistent effectiveness underscore his importance to the team's success. As Pritchard continues to ascend in his 6th NBA season, his impact extends beyond individual statistics. He embodies the clutch play that defined his college career and is increasingly looked upon by his Celtics teammates for game-changing moments. His consistent production and historic achievements suggest he is on a trajectory to leave a lasting mark not only on Celtics franchise history, but potentially on the NBA record books as well. But the Hawks' struggles against the Celtics reveal deeper issues. And coming up, we're breaking down exactly what went wrong for Atlanta and what it means for their playoff hopes. All right, that's a wrap on a packed night of NBA action. The Atlanta Hawks narrowly avoided an upset against the Sacramento Kings, while Jalen Johnson continues his historic season. We saw the Hawks battle hard against the Boston Celtics, but ultimately fall short despite a stellar offensive performance from Payton Pritchard, who also made Celtics history with his incredible bench scoring. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for all the latest sports news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts on these games in the comments below, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected.